Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dugout. Yes, we are back again. Now, apologies that we haven't done one for a while. Actually, the truth of the matter was, me and Tom did do one recently, but due to a few technical issues, the audio and the video didn't match up, and we had a break-up in connection. So hopefully that's not going to happen today. But it's just me and Tom today. Jacob and Thomas and Josh, they're still missing.
It's becoming a familiar
It's tough.
occurrence. It's
Yeah,
becoming a
exactly.
familiar occurrence now.
So it's just a hard one with life and things like that. And Josh, obviously, with Liverpool, I think he's just trying to stay away from anything football.
It's blatantly obvious, isn't it?
But how are you doing, mate? You all good?
I'm good, thank you, mate. Yeah, all good. And what about yourself?
Oh, mate, yeah, I'm good. I've had a lovely time in Florida. Went to
Yeah,
Florida.
lucky you.
It was
And
beautiful,
and you're
mate. It
coming
was
back to freezing weather.
freezing weather. Yeah, I'm still in shorts, though. If you can see, I'm still in shorts.
Oh,
So
it's still in shorts, yeah.
I'm trying to get through to December in shorts, and then I think I'll give up.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, but it's freezing cold. But Christmas is round the corner. Very exciting.
hmm
Um, and festive football. I mean, the depressing thing is there's still no update on whether they're going to put more games on Boxing Day. It's such a shame. One game on Boxing Day.
Oh,
One game.
shambles. I know, game's gone, mate. Only
The
one
game
game.
has got. And
One
of
game.
all, Man United Newcastle. That is the most boring game to have
I
on.
know, and if it was something like a bigger game than that, then yeah. But only one. At least there is one game still, but
Yeah,
still, it's
not the
missed
same.
all the 3 o'clock kickoffs and that.
Yeah, it's a shame. But one thing I think we can say, and well, we talk all things football on here, but I think the one thing we could talk about is this just a bizarre situation. And do you know what I seem to think every single podcast we seem to talk about the demise of Liverpool Football Club, but it is the talking point of the season. I mean, last night, well, not last night, a couple of nights ago, they lost to PSV 4-1 at home. And this is a PSV team
Oh,
that lost 7-2 to Arsenal last year. Or was it
yeah,
7-1? Or I can't remember what it was, but it
I think
was
it's 7-1.
7-1. I mean, it
Close
was
enough.
a disastrous performance from Liverpool. The boos around Anfield, and you're even getting Liverpool fans even saying, is Slot the right manager for the job? We've got a segment coming up in a minute where we're going to talk about the managerial situation at Liverpool. But, I mean, we spoke about this before, Tom, but it's continuing. 9 defeats out their last 12. It's been, I mean, a Liverpool team that not only won the league last year, won it an absolute canter. And then after that, they went and spent £500 million, brought in probably the best player in Germany. They went and bought, probably after Salah, the best player in the Premier League last season for big money. Bought in the left back of the season in Kirkes, the top fullback in Frimpong, amongst many other players. Without going too much into whether Slot is the problem or whether he's not the problem, what actually is going wrong with Liverpool? I mean, it's a crazy question, but
It's hard to say really because I would never expected Liverpool to fall off this bad. Because I know before like the Premier League season began, they spent so much money on great players like Isaac, Wirtz, Ikatike, players like that. We
we were
thought
saying the
they
league's
were
done. We were like, give Liverpool the league.
yeah, literally, we were saying like give them the league, and then nowhere near the title. They're not going to win the league now. There's literally no,
No,
not going to
6
happen.
defeats is too much.
I think six to. I think I don't know how many games they lost last season. I don't think they lost much at all last season, but 6 defeats already, and then like 11 points behind Arsenal. I mean I mean I know it's still like sort of 12 games in the season, but that you can't say they're in a title race now. I can't. I literally can't believe how bad they've been. Like, can you like imagine if like didn't score the late goals that they did against like the likes of Bournemouth, Arsenal? They would have been in the bottom three.
Well, the stat
Um,
came out the other day that from the game that won them the title, which was funny enough, the Spurs game where they thrashed you 5-2, was it 5-2?
5-1.
Five. Oh, why do I keep thinking two?
Yeah.
Well, they thrashed you 5-1, and from that moment, that's when they won the league title. But informed from that point, Liverpool are 19th in the Premier League table, which is,
Awful.
I mean, they've fallen off a cliff madly. I mean,
Honestly don't know what's going on, mate. Like, because as a team, they lack ideas. The defense, by the way, has been nothing short of awful. I don't know if you saw Konate the other night. Shocking.
well, have you
Like that.
seen the thinker today? Real Madrid have said they don't want him
Or
anymore.
are you shocked?
And
Like the way
this
he's
is
been
where you
playing this
sit there and
season,
go,
he's
someone
been
like
poor.
Mark Gahey,
He's been poor.
professional, professional.
Yeah.
Mark Gahey didn't get his move to Palace, professional. I'm still going to play
I'm
well.
just I'm just thinking if Gahey joined in the summer, would Liverpool be where they are? This
I
is the
think they
thing.
would, mate. I think you look at
You
the
think they
thing
would?
is, you're looking at look at Kirkez. He was the best left back in the league last year, and he looks. I
Mm.
mean, he looks like he's never kicked a ball in his life, Kirkez. You know,
Mm.
looking at Florian Wirtz, I know it takes time for players when they come over from foreign leagues to adapt to the Premier League. So he's one I'm sort of giving a bit of a pass to in a sense. But even I mean, doesn't look like he's showing anything. And Isak, I
And what
mean,
about Isak as well?
oh
Like
mate, I mean,
100 and 100,
I know he's not fully fit, but
yeah, but
that he doesn't. The scary thing is, I'd say bar Szoboszlai, I would say none of the Liverpool players look like they are anywhere near play like they don't look like they kicked a ball apart from Szoboszlai.
yeah, literally. But yeah, obviously, you think Florian Wirtz, you think like obviously coming from Bundesliga, like obviously the money that Liverpool spent on, was it 115 million or something, that he would honestly thrive, but he's struggling, man. Like he doesn't often start these days now. And then obviously you got like Isak as well, who obviously, like you said, he's not he doesn't look fully fit, but you still expect him to score goals with that price tag. Like you spend all that money on him, and he hasn't done anything. Like, and Ekatike as well. He's been solid for Liverpool. Since, obviously, I know he's had a few injury problems, but it does. Is he still injured now? Is he Ekatike?
Well, he hasn't scored for over a month.
Yeah, but he's been injured, I guess. But even when he's been fully fit, he's been scoring goals.
Well, it's confidence, isn't it? When you really think
Um,
about it in that way, like they just don't look confident. And like I was looking at that PSV game, rightly or wrongly, as football fans, and I was sitting there going, "Oh, even out of form, Liverpool will dismantle PSV." Like,
and
and PSV dominated them; they battered
They
them.
did. They did. They were really. I mean, I watched the highlights. PSV just looked like they were just comfortable.
It wasn't like it was a
They're
1-0 smash and grab. 4-1 at
4-1.
Anfield.
That's literally a turning point for Liverpool, like for their season. That's a shocking defeat. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think PSV are a bad team. They've got some good players, but this is a team that got thrashed 7-1 by Arsenal. And as a team like Liverpool's quality, so-called quality this season, you'd expect them to win it like at Anfield, like, but they got better team than PSV. But PSV, like they thoroughly deserved to win the game. They were the better team. Defending was awful. Van Dijk, what was he doing for that first goal? Like, hand up the air, like it's not basketball. It's like what you doing? Like, and I want to talk about Van Dijk actually. I think people need to realise that everyone goes, "Oh, he's the best Premier League centre back in his Premier League history." Is he? No, he's not. He's not. I think to put him in the same category of the likes of Terry, um, like
Ferdinand.
Rio Ferdinand, I think it's just not good. If
I've
Van
said it for
Dijk's,
years about. I think
don't
Van
get me,
Dijk's a very good centre half and deserves to be in the conversation for the best. But to
yeah, I
say
agree.
he is the best ever,
But
I
the
mean,
thing
you're
is, though,
talking nonsense.
you're the club captain. How about you stop complaining to referees all the time and act like a captain? Because I generally think that it's leadership is obviously vital, and all I see from Van Dijk lately, if decisions don't go Liverpool way, it's always Van Dijk like moaning to the referee,
Hmm.
and all that, and obviously, and he was poor again on Wednesday, and yeah, I don't know what's going on with them, mate. I mean, to be fair, I know, obviously it's kind of a new team that Slot's built this season, but I don't know. I literally don't know, mate. Like, yeah, like,
It's for me. For me, the big factor is that they've spent money, and what people say is that they've spent money wrong. I disagree. I don't think they've spent money badly. I think they've brought in some good players, but
mm,
the problem is they're not playing the players in the right positions,
no.
and that's down to Arne Slot and his formation. Whereas I think Liverpool's best team has to be a diamond formation because of the players they brought in. Put Isak, Ekatike up front, put Wirtz in the 10 where he belongs, put Szoboszlai and McAllister in the two pivots, and have Gravenberch defending deep. And then you have room for your fullbacks to push on. And it sounds crazy, but Liverpool's best team is without Mo Salah. Mo Salah is
Mm,
just non-existent at the moment.
thing is, it looks like Slot's just afraid to drop him. All right.
But then goes back to the point, we've said this on the podcast before. Mo Salah shouldn't have been given that contract.
No.
Should not have been given that contract. He had a brilliant. It was the perfect goodbye. Off you go, and they've kept him, and now they have to pay him because he's on a lot of money. He's a big character, Premier League legend, and no one disputes what Mo Salah is or what Mo Salah's done. But
Mm.
Mo Salah at the moment is not good enough to be playing for Liverpool Football Club,
I've said it.
and that is detrimental to the team.
I've said it many times. He slows Liverpool down. He really does. I know. I don't like you said. He's a club legend. There's no doubt he's Liverpool's greatest ever players. But there are times where, like Son, for example, like he was in his prime years ago, and I knew Son was finished like the last 2 or 3 years.
There's
Um,
times when your
there's
legends
times where you
have to
need to.
move on.
There's times where you need to move on, like Son, like De Bruyne, that obviously
Lampard. Look,
Lampard.
go
There's
back
times you need
years
to
for
move on.
Chelsea.
But the thing is,
Drogba won us the Champions League, and we
mm,
let him go because I know he came back and helped be a second striker in the Premier League under Mourinho. But when Drogba left in 2012, he needed to go. He wasn't good enough for the Premier League anymore. We needed to go with another striker. We let him go. We didn't just go, oh, he scored the winning penalty, let's give him another contract just because of we feel we have to. You have to
mm,
just make harsh decisions. You have to make decisions that hurt you as a football club in a sentimental way.
mm,
Unfortunately, Mo Salah should have gone in the summer.
I
And the
agree.
big thing of that was towards the end of last season, everyone seems to forget this, but I think from February onwards, Mo Salah wasn't half the player he was at the start of the season.
No,
I
no,
don't think he was. And then we go into the managerial situation. Now, what we're going to do in this segment is there's been a lot of talk online. How long has Arne Slot got? I mean, the boos were ringing round Anfield. If you watch other YouTube channels with Liverpool fans on, some fans are even sitting there saying, I think it's time for him to go. Others are saying it's maybe a couple of games, maybe this weekend against the West Ham side, they're inconsistent. I mean, these are loose rumours, but there are rumours that the board have spoke to Arne Slot and said that he's on a big warning, and if things don't improve, then he might have to go. So what I've done for this podcast is I've challenged Tom to rank potential new Liverpool managers. So what we've got here is we've got a list of 12 managers that are the top 12 in odds for the next Liverpool manager job. And we have included Arne Slot because without being disrespectful, he's still the manager of Liverpool Football Club. And we're not sitting here saying that he's going to go anytime soon. There's just rumours, and with the form they're in, there is a chance that he could go. This is football at the end of the day. Ranieri went, Mourinho went. There's nothing to say Arne Slot couldn't go. So we've got the categories A to E, A being the top choices for Liverpool Football Club, and E being no way near. And D, C, B, the higher you go up, the more likely you think they should be the Liverpool manager. You've got to have at least one manager in each category. I think supposedly, let's start with the current Liverpool manager, Arne Slot. I mean, he is the manager at the moment. I mean, taking away this season, won the league last year, got to a Carabao Cup final.
yeah.
In the Champions League phase last season, the league phase, they finished top of it. So last season was amazing, but again, it's not been great this season. Does Arne Slot sit in A, or where would you put him?
So with Slot, I don't. I mean, if they are going to sack him, like there are there aren't many like top managers out there at the moment that could like take charge. What Slot needs to do, like the board have given him a warning now. If it happens, if you don't win the next 2 or 3 games, that you're definitely gone. If he can just change the system, like change, which I don't think he will. Like to a diamond, like Hugo, like Ikatike and Isak up front. Um, but if Slot does continue to do the same tactics, then I think Liverpool they'll be nowhere near anything this season. I've gone for C for this
C
one.
for the current Liverpool manager.
Yeah, I've gone for C because they keep losing 9 of the last 12 games. Um, if you, I know, listen, I know it's difficult for him at the moment, like with all the players that he's got. Um, he inherited a Klopp's team from last year, won the league, and he obviously this is Slot's new team now for this season, and they don't look good. So I put him in C because I generally think that if he doesn't change the formation, doesn't change his tactics about him, then I think he's in big trouble. Like if he could just change the formation, it may get better. Like get Ikasik and Isak up front, and they'll score goals together. I'm pretty sure of it. But at the moment, yeah, I'm going for. I think C's pretty much fair for me.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? I potentially I would have gone a bit higher, but I actually am not against that because I think C's actually quite fair because you're sitting there going,
Mm.
with what he's done, he deserves maybe to be still the Liverpool manager. But with what he's doing at the moment, you can sit there and say he doesn't deserve to be the Liverpool manager. So I think C's maybe fair for that.
Yeah,
The next one up is, well, Jacob and Thomas won't like this, but he is the 10th most highest ranking for the next Liverpool manager. Fabian Hertzler. I don't know what to think of Hertzler because there's times when I look at him and go, I think he's doing a good job. And then there's times when I look at him and I think he isn't doing a good job. And when you think about it, they're only 4 points off the top four, which, again, I don't know what to think about this guy, but Hertzler.
the thing is though with Ursula, like they had a good similar start last season. Like they were 4 points behind the top four places, and they kind of fell off last season. He's a good young coach. He's adapting to the Premier League. He's doing. I think he plays decent football for with Brighton, especially at home. Away when they're away is obviously where they do kind of falter a little bit. I don't think he's ready to be in the Liverpool conversation yet. But I've gone for D because I think he does play a good brand of football, and I think there is a real good future ahead of Ursula. Like he does play good football. Nearly got Brighton to Europe last season. He's doing well with them currently at the moment, but he needs a few more years at Brighton to really adapt. Obviously, where he wants to be where he wants to be in the Premier League. Don't
Yeah.
think he's ready for the Liverpool conversation yet. But
No, I
he's
agree.
only a young manager at the end of the day. But he's doing a decent job. I've got nothing against Ursula, but he wouldn't be ready for the Liverpool job yet.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that one. In ninth, a name that is scarily on the list is, well, we should give him a title because he has got that title now. Sir, no, I'm not having this. Gareth Southgate, linked with the job. He's linked with all these jobs, and the rumor is that he's got the best PR team of any manager I've ever known because he is an awful manager, but he has the PR of Pep Guardiola. He really, really does, Gareth Southgate. He
Mhm.
goes to all these events, he sits there, he speaks eloquently, and I'm like, you're a failure of a manager, mate. Just because you
Exactly.
got a third title
You,
don't
you
mean anything.
failed. You failed our golden generation. Why are you even linked with Liverpool?
Well, he's linked with the Liverpool job, and the rumour is that, this again goes back to his amazing PR team that he must be paying very well. But he wants the job in the Premier League, but he wants a Champions League job in the Premier League. I mean, uh,
Yeah.
and I'm
All
telling
right
you
then.
this right now, just to finish off before I allow you to take the floor, because I don't think we need to talk about this too much. But Gareth Southgate is acting like he's taking time out on his own accord. He's not been offered anywhere near a Premier League job. No one would give him a job because I'm telling you right now, if he went to Liverpool right now, they'd be relegated. Gareth Southgate, Tom, where would you put him? I know where I'd put him, but
I mean, it's quite obvious, isn't it? Like I think he's lucky to get even in E. Yeah, put him in F, put him in F or something. But oh no, if Liverpool have anything about them, they will not appoint a failure of a manager in Gareth Southgate. I don't care if he's got us to European finals. Like he failed with a golden generation of footballers that we had, like brilliant footballers. We should be winning these tournaments. Bottled it in the finals, bottled it in the World Cup last time round. And what makes you think he will do anything better with Liverpool? What was he going to put them to survival? Well, what an achievement! Getting a Champions League job. I mean, no chance.
do me a favour.
No, no chance. Literally no
No.
chance. So
Easy.
I don't
And
even know why he's even in the category. That's a joke.
well, going on to the subject of that, another man that I cannot believe is
Oh,
in the
here we go. I
category.
know who it is as well.
Oh, just go away! Get out of our lives! Oh, why does this man
So we are, mate.
torment me?
So we are,
Why is
mate.
he
So we are,
still?
mate.
Why is he still being linked with Premier League jobs? It's the most baffling thing. I mean, before we don't, do you know what? For the credibility of this podcast and to keep this podcast at a high level, let's not even discuss this. I'm Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou, odds to be the next Liverpool manager.
Well, I put him A because he's won a trophy.
Oh!
I'm only joking. I'm only
How after he has failed at two football clubs in the Premier League, and then he's linked with the Liverpool job.
I thought
Oh
it was.
my word!
I thought it was a joke at first. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like a prank, and I
No,
thought,
he's the eighth favourite for the job. It's crazy.
oh no, don't do it, Liverpool. Highline football, don't do it. Don't
Can
do
we
it.
just say E and move on so we can talk sensibly?
I mean, I put him in E, so yeah.
Yeah,
That's
thank you, Tom. I
yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
I think you've gone through past your entrance now.
I can't do it again. Do you know what? Actually, I would love him to go Liverpool. I would love him to go Liverpool.
Can you imagine?
I just hate his
Meltdown.
arrogance. I hate his arrogance.
I mean, he only lasted like 40 days at Forest. What makes you think he's
Well,
going
there you go.
to?
There you go. The next one, I think this guy's a very good manager, but I mean, the next one in seventh favourite is Julian Nagelsmann. I think he's a very, very good manager, and I think he's very, very. He plays good football. I think he's a really good up and coming manager still, but somehow I don't really see this happening. He's got Germany with the World Cup coming up. I don't think we're a World Cup year with the squad that Germany have got because they did play well in the Euros. They went out to Spain in the quarterfinals, who went on to win it. I don't think he'd be interested in it right now. Maybe he might sit there and go, well, I'll take it at the end of the season after the World Cup, but he might not even want to go. I think he'd be a good appointment for Liverpool, but I don't think he would take it now.
Yeah, like you said, no, he's a good manager, Nagelsmann. Plays good football. He did well with Bayern Munich, and
Leipzig.
Leipzig, yeah. Obviously Germany manager, and obviously got the World Cup coming up. So I don't think would be any talk of Liverpool be interest to him. I put him at B though.
Yeah, I do think he's a good manager.
I think he's a good coach, and I generally think he would give the Liverpool players a kick at the backside like they need to be. So, but if he was free, like if he was free in management and doesn't have a job, I think Nagelsmann would be a good fit. But like you said, obviously with Germany World Cup round the corner, obviously there won't be any interest to him about taking another job. So obviously it depends how he gets on with Germany. Obviously the World Cup coming round the corner. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think obviously Nagelsmann has managed in the Premier League before. So it would be a good young manager to see what he can do. But I think we'll see him in the Premier League eventually. I generally think we will. Whether it's going to be with Liverpool, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think B sounds about fair for him.
Yeah, I agree. I do think he's a good manager, but again, like as we said, the sixth favourite for the job. Interesting one. This Xavi obviously was Barcelona manager, won the league with Barcelona, but then the year after it didn't go very well. Let go by Barcelona. Do you know what the thing is with Xavi is? And I know it sounds silly to say this, but when you are that good as a footballer and that intelligent as a footballer, I do think there must be a really good manager in there somewhere. What do you think about Xavi for the Liverpool job?
So obviously, yeah, it's a weird, it's interesting one, because Xavi obviously did well with Barcelona. There's no doubt about it. He was a great manager at Barcelona. Did he win in the Champions? No, he didn't win the Champions League, did
No,
he?
no, no.
Uh,
Only La
Only
Liga.
like the league. Yeah, I mean, there is a manager in there. You've only got to see what he's done at like Barcelona. He's done really well, um, but obviously Liverpool, would that be a decent fit? I mean, it could be. Um, but I'm not too sure on this one. I've gone like C for this one.
Yeah.
I think the he hasn't had a job for a few like couple of years now, or so 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I
I think
think
he
it's
wants the Spain job, doesn't he?
yeah. I think his period out of football and to be the new manager of Liverpool probably would be a risk, because obviously he hasn't managed in like 2 or 3 years, and obviously like I think he's probably holding out for the Spain job. But yeah, I generally think, would he be ready? I mean,
He's one of
maybe.
these. He's one of these people that you know when you look at someone and you just go, like for example, Fabregas. I always say when they were just so intelligent on the football pitch, you just sit there and go, they must be a good manager. Like
Yeah,
they must be a good manager. And I think I'd like to see Xavi in another job just to see what he would be
yeah,
like
I do because
again.
I think that, like you said, there's a good manager in Xavi, like what he's done at Barcelona. But like I said, I think the time period, um, obviously since his last job, which was Barcelona, I think to appoint him like because Liverpool's a massive job,
Yeah, it's a
and
huge job,
to
massive
point
job.
to point him like straight away from obviously not managing in a while. I think that's just a massive risk.
Mhm.
So that's
Well,
why I
we're
thought I'd
moving
go
on.
for a bit C.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. Yeah, I agree. In number five is a manager that I know that you rate very highly and I rate very highly, is Crystal Palace manager, Ollie Glasner. Now, obviously, won the FA Cup last year with Crystal Palace, won the Community Shield at the start of the season. They're doing well in Europe and they're currently, at the moment, fourth in the Premier League.
Mm.
And how many times do we see a team that don't have European competition go into Europe and then struggle in the league because of the two? Ollie Glasner is doing an incredible job. And when you
Mm.
think they lost Eze, their best player, and he's still continuing to build that team and mould it to be, I think Palace are one of the toughest teams to face in the league, the way they play.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Um, Ollie Glasner, Liverpool manager, is it a jump? I mean, we've seen, not to get into something we'll talk about later, but we've seen obviously with Thomas Frank, he's made that step and some Tottenham fans aren't happy. Would it be the same for Glasner or?
Well, I like I said, Glasner. I think Glasner's a great manager. I think what he's done with Palace, done a really incredible job. Won the FA Cup, Community Shield. Um, obviously, I know they lost last night to Strasbourg in the Conference League, but they still got like 2 wins, both at home. So they're not doing too badly in Europe. Obviously, fourth in the Premier League. And obviously losing Eze and Elise, like they're two unbelievable footballers. But you think obviously where Palace would be without them. But to be fair, they're still doing brilliantly well. Ismail Assar, who's been I think has been a revelation since obviously Elise and Eze left. I think Sar's a great player. Even playing alongside Eze, he was brilliant as well. Obviously, we've got to see a bit more of Pino, and obviously he's made them really hard to beat. He's not. He's more of a defensive minded coach as well. Whether that's going to suit Liverpool, I'm not too sure because obviously they're an attacking team, Liverpool, aren't they? But obviously, if you want to, take risks, and obviously go for a defensive approach, and obviously not concede so many goals from open play. Maybe Glasgow could be up there, but I've just gone for a C for him at the moment because
Okay.
it could rise depending, obviously, how he does this season for Palace. But he's a great coach. I really rate Glasgow. I would have had him at Spurs before.
Hmm.
He plays he's a free at the back manager. Plays his football is quite decent as well when he goes on the counter attack, and he makes it very, very hard to beat. So there's no doubt. I think Glasner will get a top job soon. Um, Obviously
Done a
depends.
great
Obviously,
job at Palace.
say that again.
He's done a great job at
Oh,
Palace.
he's done amazing. Oh, he's done amazing, mate. Like to win the FA Cup and it was a joke that they're not in the Europa League either. That's a joke.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
that's a joke, really. But they're doing well. I still expect them to do well in the Conference League, to be honest. And we'll see how we get if he wins the Conference League with Palace. I mean, that would just be some achievement.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think he's a good manager. Moving into fourth is a manager that I know you rate very highly, and I think a manager that I think he's a very good coach. I think he's a very good manager. Andoni Areola of Bournemouth,
Mm.
obviously, I mean, did an incredible job last season with Bournemouth. They lose their whole defence and their goalkeeper, and they're just as good. I know the last few games they've fallen off a bit and they haven't been as great, but I think in a whole, I think Bournemouth are a very, very good side. And like I said, there's something about Glasner. I go, can he take it to a top club? I think Areola could do it. I think he's a
Yeah,
very good coach. And do you know what I think it is? I think Areola, I think, just doesn't. Bournemouth are a good side before anyone says anything, but they're not the elite. So I think Iriola's got to a point where he's gone, when you see dodgy results, this is literally the best I can get out of this team. And the weird thing is, he's linked with the Liverpool job. I don't think he should be the Liverpool manager. I think he is destined to be the next Manchester City manager.
but what you said there is pretty spot on. I mean, like you said, I really do rate Areola. I think he's a great, great coach. Wasn't too much sure of him at first, like when he joined, obviously from Gary O'Neill. But what he's done with Bournemouth, like managed like some great players last season, like Howson, Kirkes, and obviously he's got a great squad now. Obviously, Semenyo's been amazing this season,
Mm.
um, and obviously without it, obviously when they've got injuries, they seem to still play well. They do play great football at times. Like, they really do. His style of play, quick, aggressive football, and plays on the front foot. I know they've had some dodgy results lately. I know they lost heavily to Villa, and obviously dropping points against West Ham, which they should have won. Obviously, they just didn't take their chances. Um, but would he be a good fit for Liverpool? I think he could be. I think he really would be a good fit for Liverpool. That's why I put him a bit higher up at B, because I think Areola deserves a distinct of a top job of what he's doing at Bournemouth right now, considering
Mm.
he's sold they've sold one of my key players last season, and they still look like the same Bournemouth that they have been like last season. But you give him like Liverpool job, and I think he might do well. I generally think, obviously, the players obviously Liverpool have got. I think Areola can work well with them. But like you
Yeah,
said,
I think he's destined to be the
but
next Man
then
City manager.
yeah, yeah. I mean, once Pep leaves, then
I
yeah, I
think he
think
walks into that job, if I'm being honest.
you think yeah, I
Yeah, I
would. I
really
would.
do.
I wouldn't put it past him, but I generally think either City or Liverpool that'd be a really good fit for Areola. I think, and I think he would change, obviously, how Liverpool play
I
and
agree.
get better defensively.
Yeah, I agree. Moving in, I mean, this is the one that I just think it's just too fairy tale. Jurgen Klopp. Now, do you know what? I know fairy tales can happen and we see returns of players and managers, but really, is going back to Klopp the right idea?
But
I don't
Mourinho,
know.
Mourinho went back to Chelsea and won you the league, mate.
Yeah, but I think the difference was Mourinho was fired and then came back, whereas they said goodbye to Klopp. Like they gave him a whole ceremony and a pitch thing, and I don't think Klopp would take it, and
He
I
doesn't even
think it
take
would
it.
I think Klopp would sit there and go, "Is it poor taste for me to take the job back when I was on?"
Maybe he just decided to take a year out of football, and then
Well, he
obviously,
turned around. Well, I think the thing is, I think it would be poor taste from Klopp, and I think he would think this if he was on the pitch singing Arne Slot's name to the fans to tell them to get behind this manager, for him
mm,
to come back a year and a half later to replace the manager he was telling Liverpool fans to get behind. I just don't think this is. I just don't think. Don't get me wrong. If Klopp went back in, they would improve. There's no doubt
yeah,
about that. But
100%.
and on this list that we've got here, Jurgen Klopp's the best manager on it.
Mm.
But I just think fairy tales aren't a thing. I would personally put this in C.
Yeah, I put in like C or B. I mean, I mean, it, to go back to Liverpool. I mean, obviously, I don't think it will happen. If I'm being honest, I generally don't see how Klopp would go back. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
it'd just be a bit of a risk, really.
I
So,
think B would be fair because I think he's a good manager.
and then
But
obviously he's got new. You'd be managing like kind of a new squad as well. You know.
yeah, it's tough. Moving into our final two.
Mm.
There are two names I'm going to give you here, and you've got one in every bit apart from A. So one of these managers has to go into A
Oh,
for who is the best Liverpool coach going forward. Now I'm going to bring these names together for you. There's Steven Gerrard or Xabi Alonso. Now, obviously, Gerrard, I think his stock's gone down very much since his Rangers days. Alonso, I mean, he's currently still in a Real Madrid job, but there are lots of rumours out there that Real Madrid aren't happy. And before we say anything, Real Madrid's what we think are good standards aren't Real Madrid standards.
oh,
So
100%.
uh,
It's not Alonso. It's just Real Madrid being Real Madrid.
yeah, of course it is. But obviously, Xabi Alonso and Steven Gerrard are the top two favourites for the next Liverpool manager. You haven't got one in A. You need to put at least one of them in A. Where do you stand with these two?
Well, Gerrard for me, listen, Liverpool legend and that, but Lampard went to Chelsea. Oh, listen, Lampard didn't do too badly at Chelsea, like the Champions League. It's just that next season after that, it wasn't great for him. Gerrard, obviously, I know, obviously Rangers, yeah, fair enough, but obviously he's gone to Aston Villa, didn't do a great job, and went
You speak to
to
Villa fans, they say he's one of the worst they've ever had.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia as well. He didn't particularly do well there either. With Gerrard, definitely not ready for Liverpool. Not that's too big of a job for him, I'm afraid. So where would I have to rate? Because he's not A, by the way.
So Gerrard, so you can put Gerrard wherever, but it means Alonso
Okay,
or another manager has to go into A.
Gerrard's E for me. I'm sorry, E for me. I just don't.
E.
Yeah, I just don't. I know he's a Liverpool legend. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think he's going to do a good job there. If I'm
Does
being
he
honest.
deserve to go in the same as Ange and Southgate? I
Well,
would probably put him above them. I'd probably put him on the same level as
all right.
Hurster.
I'll put him a D then. Put him a
Yeah,
D.
I agree.
Put him a D. Yeah. But yeah, I would have to put Alonso. Have to be A then because he's proven with Leverkusen that obviously unbeaten in the league. That's it with Bayern Munich. That's incredible. Uh, and he's getting very unfairly treated at Real Madrid as well. I don't know what's going on there. Like, there's players with like bad attitudes, like Vinicius Junior, like all that. But they're top of the league still. I think Real Madrid. I think they are.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Barcelona have been terrible.
and I don't know why he's like. There's a brilliant young manager in Alonso. Like he knows obviously how to get best out. Obviously, players, improved players, and obviously Alonso was obviously used to play for Liverpool, and obviously he'll know the club inside out. Um, but whether he can improve Liverpool, I think he could. I think he's there is a good manager in there, like Fabregas of Como. like what he's doing with Como. There's a manager in there, like not just showing around, not being too Mr. Nice Guy. I think Alonso comes into that category as well. What he did with Leverkusen, obviously unbeaten, incredible. Nearly won. I think they got semi-finals of the Europa League, was it?
Yeah.
And and obviously didn't. I think they didn't win the league last year. I think they were second or something. But obviously now he's at Real Madrid. There is a style of play in there. There's no doubt about it. There's no there is a style of play with Alonso. It's just, will he be ready for Liverpool? I think he'd be ready to take that challenge. Like
So you would say at the moment the manager that you think changes fortunes for Liverpool is Alonso.
yes,
So on that basis, so we'll do this finally before we move on to the next bit because we've done this. Very good, by the way. How long does Slot have? Is it West Ham? Is it Christmas? Is it the season?
this is a very difficult question because if they lose to West Ham, like that's West Ham. That's not particularly the greatest West Ham team as well. Nuno's a decent coach. I think West Ham will be fine. But they're obviously vying for relegation, to be fair. So, and it's a tough game for Liverpool away to West Ham. I mean, I know West Ham's home record isn't great, but Liverpool, they have to win that game. They can't drop any more points. Like, if they lose that game, they could be further down the table. Like, there'll be 7 defeats in the league, more defeats than wins. So, I think Slot will have till Christmas, I reckon, and to change it around. Obviously, they've got the Champions League games coming up as well. I think you just got to give it. This is the thing. I don't think Liverpool really are a sacking club. If I'm being honest, I don't think
No,
they're
of
really
course not.
they're not really a sacking club. What I generally think is going to happen is Slot will get given a few more games to sort it out. And I did hear the board are getting a bit impatient with him, but obviously they give managers a bit of time to address their more ideas and change the formation and get Liverpool playing better. But at the moment, I think Slot has a few more, like up until Christmas, to change it around. If it gets any worse, then I generally think his time will be up.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
What
Well, that
about
was a
you,
good
Dave?
section.
What about you,
I
David?
I, th- I think I when I saw that PSV result, I thought he should have gone. I think it was. I was like, that's goodbye.
Oh
I
yeah,
said like,
I genuinely didn't think it could have got worse than that.
but I would say if they lost to West Ham, I would say probably has to go. If it and because I just don't think he's. I would actually say probably the. Oh, I don't. It's that thing of going like we just done that, but I look at that list and I go, Alonso's in Madrid, Klopp's not. I don't see who comes in, and this is the problem.
This is the problem.
But
This is literally the problem because there's not many top managers, and top managers have big clubs. Like that, there aren't many top managers available. There's a few managers free, but who's going to come in at Liverpool to change things around? This is why I think Liverpool are afraid to sack him, because
yeah, 100%.
he won them the league last year, but that's Klopp's squad. I mean, that was an
Mm-hmm.
incredible job. We thought like, wow, what a job he's done. He could be a Premier League legend at this point. But I don't know, man. I generally think Slot.
He has to if he
If he could just
changes
change the
and
formation,
there's still defeats, then you could go okay. At least he's. But if he's just continuing to do the same thing and there's no improvements, then you go. You have to. You
if he
can't. You
can,
can't.
if he could just change the formation and drop Salah, then who knows? Liverpool could look
Well,
get midfield of like Gravenberch behind McAllister, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, and Isaac and Nikatika out front. Easy as that.
yeah, I agree. But that was a good one here. Right, it's time. Before we go into FPL talk, it's time for our game of the week, which is very, very exciting. So, I'm challenging Tom to test out his Tottenham knowledge.
Oh,
So, what I've got here is I have got the last 10 transfer windows for Tottenham. I want you now, Tom. So I'm going to go through this, and I want you've got 1 minute to get as many as you possibly can. So we're going to time from the minute. I'm going to go through each season. So, for example, 25, 26, 24, 25, 23, 24, 22, 23, all the way down to 2016, 17. What you've got to tell me for each season, who was the most expensive signing you brought in?
Oh, okay.
And I have to accept your first answer, and you're on a minute countdown, so
Okay.
just so you don't have long. So to try and get as many as you possibly can.
I'll try.
Okay, we will start in 3, 2, 1. 25, 26
25, 26. That was
this season.
Yes, that was 25, 26. Oh, who was it? Who is it? What's his name? Xavi Simons.
Yes. 24, 25.
Cool. Did you say 24, 25? Sorry.
I did. 24, 25.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. Sorry. 24. That was Ange. So that probably would have been Dominic Solanke.
23, 24.
23, 24. That 23, 24. That was Ange.
30 seconds left on.
23, 24. Oh my God. Brendan Johnson.
22, 23.
22, 23. That was Conte. Richarlison.
21, 22.
21, 22. Oh, 21, 22. Oh, my days. My head's going blank. This is tough.
15 seconds.
Oh, I'll pass.
20, 21.
2021. Who was manager then? But it's Pochettino. And Dombele?
1920.
1920. Davison Sanchez.
1819.
1819. Oh my God. I think oh,
You've
I
gone
missed
over
something.
your time, but I'll allow you to finish because you've got 2 left after
So
this.
what was it? 1718.
This is 1819.
I think I fucked up on this one. I think I was gonna say can I can I still say Sanchez? Because
Yeah, you can still say Sanchez.
I think I
1718.
1718. Oh, who was 1718? That's Pochettino. Oh, Victor Wanyama.
And
No,
at 16,
no.
17.
16, 17. Oh, Wanyama was there. Oh my, what am I doing? Um,
Last one.
oh, bloody hell, my head's gone blank. 16, 17. Oh, who was in it? I don't know. Oh my word, this is tough, man. That was one of our better seasons as well. Oh, what's his name? Oh, sorry, mate. This is awful.
I'll give you 10 seconds to get it. 10,
All right. Oh, what's his name?
9,
Oh,
8, 7,
oh.
6, 5, 4.
Dembele. No. Pass.
Okay.
I think I
So,
did terribly. I think I did terribly there.
so 25, 26, you were correct, was Xavi Simons.
Yeah.
24, 25, you were correct, was Dom Solanke. 23, 24, great answer. It was Brennan Johnson.
Oh, good. Yeah. I thought.
22, 23, correct. You had Richarlison.
Mhm.
Then it went a bit downhill, Tom.
Yeah, I was going to say I've started well and I just screwed up the last few seasons.
21, 22 was Emerson Royale.
Oh, Emerson. Bloody hell, he was a waste of money.
2021 was Giovanni Lo Celso.
Oh, of course, Lo Celso. How did I not get that one? Lo Celso.
So you said Ndombele for that one, and it was you got it a year too soon because
I thought,
1920 was
yeah, I
Ndombele.
thought I got the year wrong. It just popped in. I was like, hold on a minute, I think I got the wrong year. Oh,
1819. Do you know what, Tom? It was a trick question, but as a Tottenham fan, you should have known this because actually, our most expensive signing was no one. You didn't buy anyone.
I should know that. I should know that as well,
Because you
because
got to the Champions League final
we
with
got
no
no
signing.
signing. I know, literally. Oh dear, it's shocking. Sorry. So,
You said Davinson Sanchez there. 1718 was Davinson Sanchez, so it was the year before.
oh, did I say Sanchez a year above?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then 1617, you said Musa Dembele.
no.
It wasn't Musa
I
Dembele.
don't know, man. It just like I just couldn't
Although
think.
you weren't close because it was a Musa, but it was Musa.
Oh, Sissoko.
Yes,
Oh,
Sissoko.
hey, what a shamble, mate. That was hard, you know. That was
It's
hard.
very hard.
That was fair enough. I
Very
started all
good. So
right, but
four correct, Tom. Not too bad.
mm,
Um, so
could be.
that's the game of the week. But a good play, good effort there, Tom. I think I
I think
struggled.
that's a great one, Dave. I'm gonna have to give you a Chelsea one too.
Right, should we do a bit of FPL chat? I mean, this is a bit disastrous for me this week because I had an absolute stinker.
To be honest, mate, I think we all had stinkers.
I
Like
had a stink.
I think,
31 points I got.
mate, that's
Shocking.
shocking. But
No
I had
Semenyo.
36, and terrible week for me as well.
Semenyo didn't start. Esteval didn't start. Arsenal didn't keep clean sheets. Haaland didn't score. Voltemada decided to do nothing. All my players, apart from Cucurella, no one returned for me. It was an absolute shambles. And the worst thing about it is, I had Pickford in my team, and then I went, actually, United are on a good bit of form. I'll take Pickford out and I'll put Raya in goal and put Pickford on the bench.
This
Raya gets 1 point,
Well,
Pickford
this,
gets 10.
this is funny because I had Raya in goal, and I thought like, oh, okay, Arsenal capable of keeping a clean sheet against Tottenham. Then Richarlison scoring the most pointless worldie of all time, and then I had Areola on the bench who got an assist against Bournemouth, and he got 7 points, and I'm like, well,
Shocking.
it's just
It's just
unbelievable, isn't it?
ridiculous. But we'll go through the rankings. So, obviously, in the DS podcast, which is the channel we do this podcast on, first place is me with 736 points. Second is Jacob, 707. So he's cut my. I was
He had a blinder last week.
he had a blinder last week, and I was doing brilliantly, and he's cut my league down to 30, around 30ish. Thomas is third on 701. Joshua Skelding, who's my Chelsea mate, he's on 693 and fourth. And Samuel Hepburn in fifth, who's one of my friends from Butlins, on 680 in fifth. I mean, this in that DS podcast league, it's one of the most competitive leagues I've ever seen in
Oh, mate,
FPL.
honestly, it's literally like
It
so
changes every week.
changes every week, doesn't it?
And then going into the Dugout League, the one where we all five of us are in. Obviously, me top, Jacob second, Thomas third. Josh, for the first time this season, has pulled off the bottom and has gone into fourth on
At least he's
674,
got something to cheer about.
with Tom, you being left on the bottom with 654 points.
Just a familiar recurrence, isn't it?
um, Crazy week. I have. I'm going to reveal something here that I've done. I've taken a -4.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah, I've
What
taken a
done?
-4. Have. I took out João Pedro because we got Arsenal, and I'm just not sure. I've taken João Pedro out, and I've put in Thiago of Brentford because I think he's
Yeah,
just been brilliant.
I put Thiago in last week. He got a goal, but he missed a penalty.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. And I've also taken out Semenyo, and I know that he's potentially fit, but I have taken out Semenyo, and I've put
oh,
Morgan Rogers in
that's
because
good.
they've
Yeah.
got Wolves at home, and Wolves are absolutely
Oh,
hopeless.
that's a good shout. Morgan Rogers in
So
good.
all Rogers needs to do is score, and it doesn't matter about my -4. I'm fine.
And also, I'm doing my triple captain this weekend. I'm sure people will guess like who that player might be.
Is it Erling Braut Haaland?
Correct, sir. Because they're playing.
Have you made
Because
a transfer this week? What's your transfer?
my transfer, I've taken Gabriel out because he's going to be out for a while, and I put Urian Timber in because
Oh, good shout.
he's
Good
been.
shout.
I don't know whether to start. I don't know whether to start him though because I don't. I think Arsenal won't keep a clean sheet at the weekend.
But he gets
Um,
assists.
but he gets assists though, so I might put him in ahead of like Senesi or Bournemouth away to Sunderland. But
And Senesi hasn't been great recently. He's let a
yeah,
lot of points go. But
I'm gonna put Timber in because obviously set pieces. I think Arsenal won't keep a clean sheet, but set pieces could be crucial. And he's a goal
yeah,
scorer.
I agree. But it's a big. I mean, Jacob said he's coming for me. But then what happened the last time I had a stinker? I had a worldie. I got 93 points the week after I had a stinker. So here's
Yeah.
praying that this week will be that thing. I think everyone who has Haaland hasn't triple captained him has triple captained him against Leeds.
Oh yeah. I think there's literally thousands like in this country, like more than thousands that are doing it this weekend. This is where
Yeah,
he's gonna have this is where he's gonna have a stinker this weekend.
I bloody hope he does. Even though he's in my team and I've captained him, I hope he has a stinker.
I swear to God, if he doesn't score tomorrow, I'm done with fantasy football. Like I'm
Who's your
done with it.
vice captain in case he's injured?
My vice captain is Igor Thiago because they got Burnley at home, and I
Good
generally
shout.
think
Good shout.
Brentford should beat
Just in
them.
case he gets the triple.
Yeah,
Um, well, let's go through the games as we do every week, just to finish off the podcast. The fixtures: Brentford versus Burnley. Interesting this because I think Burnley have been okay, but I think Burnley and especially Leeds, who are going to be the next game we talk about, they've sort of, I think, fallen into the stereotypical clubs that have come up. They're just going to go straight back down. I think they they both look a bit not good enough for the Premier League anymore, which I think is a shame because at the beginning they were really giving it a go. So, but Brentford have been brilliant. So Brentford Burnley.
yeah. Brentford, I think will edge this one. Bit unlucky to lose last week against Brighton, but there's goals in Brentford. Burnley, I can't see them getting anything from this one. I'm going to go 2-0 Brentford.
Yeah, I agree. I think Keith Andrews, what an incredible job he's doing.
Oh, he's done really
Out of
well.
nowhere,
Fair play to him.
done a brilliant job.
He's done well.
Um, Man City Leeds. I mean, I just alluded a bit to Leeds there. I mean, Man City, they had the chance to cut it down against Arsenal and they lost to Newcastle. They lost in the week as well to Leverkusen and they didn't look great. I mean, I don't know what Pep Guardiola was doing, disrespecting the competition,
I
making
know.
10 changes
10 changes. That's
against a
stupid.
good Leverkusen team. I mean,
But
yes, they've lost a lot of players and they haven't got a
but
stable
it's
manager
good.
in, but
It's good news for Haaland fantasy football because obviously he didn't start the game, did he? So,
well, there you go. But I mean, City should win this easy.
oh mate, I can't see anything but City win. I know they've had two dodgy results, but Leeds at home. Come on, you got to respond. 4-5-0, probably 4-0 or something like
Yeah,
four. I
I think
can't
it
see
could be that.
can't see Leeds doing anything in that game.
Yeah, I agree. Sunderland versus Bournemouth. I mean,
Ooh.
Sunderland again. I just think they're just a very, very good team. I know they lost to Fulham last week, but I mean, they are playing well, and I think that's the one thing. And Stadium of Light, that's one stadium you don't want to go to. I mean, look at Arsenal; they've been flying and they didn't get anything out of the game. Bournemouth have been a bit sloppy lately. I see Sunderland potentially winning this game.
Yes, I think that's a tough one to call though. But obviously Sunderland at home, they've been fantastic. They even got a point against the best team in the league. And I just think like the team getting behind them, and obviously I know they lost last week to Fulham, which is not the worst result. Like I know they lost, but I think being back at home and obviously Bournemouth missing a few players. Obviously if Semenyo's back, that'll be a boost for Bournemouth. Do I go for a draw? I can't see Bournemouth winning this game, but I think they'll get at least.
No, I can't.
I think they'll get at least a point. I think it'll be a good game though. I think it'll be like 2-2.
Yeah, the thing is, Sunderland don't concede goals defensively. That
True.
proves that goalkeeper's a great keeper, and that Mukiele, what a signing! What a signing!
Mukiele, Dan Ballard's been brilliant as well.
Yeah, I think Sunderland might win that one. Everton, Newcastle. Now Newcastle, they seem to be the strangest team in the league this year because they'll play really well, and then they won't play well. Again, they lost against Marseille in the week. Harvey Barnes looks to be on form again. Everton, I mean, can we just speak about that moment between Michael Keane and Garner Gay? I mean, you don't see that very often on a football pitch, but wow.
Nah, but that was a soft red card though. If I'm being, I know you can't, I know you shouldn't be doing it, but it was a bit soft. To be fair, like I know
Yeah,
you
but
should.
it's violent conduct, Tom.
I
If
know it's
you
violent
raise your hands,
conduct.
it doesn't matter how hard or soft. You raise your hands in football now, you're gone. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. But they made up in training, so it's all good. They forget about it now. But
Yeah. I think
Everton,
Everton, they played well
credit
against United.
credit to, you know what? I think Everton are going to win this game. I think Newcastle away, that they've been away, they've been very poor. And Everton, obviously, they've been very good at home, and they've got a very good result against Man United. And I'll give them with 10 men, so they'll give them confidence. 2-1 Everton.
Yeah, I agree. I think Everton are a good side.
Be a good
Um,
game.
the worst kickoff time, I think, in football at the
Oh,
moment.
oh,
Eight
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock on Saturday is just. I don't want 8 o'clock football on Saturday. I just want to watch the 5:30 and then just put my feet up, watch the wheel, and enjoy a chilled Saturday evening. I don't want an 8 o'clock kickoff. These 8 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday, get them gone,
I
get
know.
rid of them, or put Friday night football back in.
Yeah, literally, like to get the Premier League weekend up and running.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
agree.
so it's
Um,
Spurs v Fulham.
Spurs versus Fulham.
Yeah, why are
Tom,
we why are we at 8 o'clock game again? Like against Wolves and now today and now Fulham.
although
I don't understand
Tom,
it.
the North London derby.
We don't talk of that, David.
I
It
think the
was.
PSG performance has masked how bad that was over the weekend.
I mean, that Arsenal game was a joke last week. Like you saw my TikTok, I was embarrassed watching us last week. It was so bad. There was literally no fight in that team. The football was awful. Arsenal destroyed us. Fair play to them. PSG was a little bit better, but I think it was nothing special. Obviously, we conceded 5 goals, so but obviously now we need to bounce back on. We need to bounce back on Saturday. Fulham at home could be to Georgie Banana Skin. I generally think Frank's in trouble if we don't win this game. If I'm being honest, like
This is such a one-all game, isn't it?
this has got one written all over it. Like Fulham go one up, and then we'll play shit in the second half, and then we get an equaliser.
And then
Richarlison will
Richarlison or Paulinho will take their tops
take
off
their
and
tops
celebrate.
off, and if they
You're
do
the
that
kings of
again,
taking your tops off, aren't you? You
oh,
really are.
it's just the Spurs thing, Like Paulinho against bottom of the team balls. What are you doing? Richarlison taking his shirt off we um when we scored when he scored against Man United, and obviously we drew the game. So ban Tottenham players from taking their shirts off. It just doesn't end up going anywhere. But this is a massive game. This is a massive game for Tom. This is I think I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is a bigger game than it is against PSG.
Yeah,
Fulham at
of
home
course it is, because you weren't
because.
expected to do anything against
Oh
PSG.
no, no mystery, mate. At the end of the day, PSG was that's fine. I don't mind. Like if we showed a bit of fight, which we kind of did, but then I'm happy. Obviously, I know we conceded 5 goals, but PSG, come on, man, they're the best team in the world. They've got the best midfielder in the world right now, in Vitinha, unbelievable footballer.
How did
Um,
Vitinha get a hat-trick against you, by the way?
so 2 worldies and a penalty. And I know. No,
I'm going to go.
all these players scoring hat-tricks against us lately, midfielders as well. Ah, me. But
Oh, and Eze, of
I'm
course
going
it
to
was
be
Eze.
honest. I'm going to be honest. Draw. I can't see
Yeah,
us
I
win,
think I think Spurs are
and we
going to draw
should.
this.
And we should be beating Fulham. We need to win that game. We need to. If we don't win that game, Frank's in trouble. I think
Yeah,
he's
I
got.
agree. Palace United. I mean, how things can change so quickly, because the 5 games before that, I think United were starting to look all right, and we were. I mean, there was even talks that this guy was going to cut his hair again, but it's. I mean, they've gone
Mate,
back to square
mate, that
one.
guy's not going
Everton,
to. Mate, that guy's not going to have a haircut anytime soon, is he?
they were terrible against Everton, and a
Mate,
ten
they would.
man Everton.
The thing is, though, with Amorim, like I generally think he's tactically one of the worst in the Premier League because you go down to 10 men, you got a man advantage. He doesn't bother to change it. Like, you still stick with a back five against 10 men. That's criminal. This is why United just generally didn't look like creating anything. Buemo was quiet. I know obviously Cunha and Sesko are injured, but still, United for me they just look the same they have been in the past year or so. Terrible, lack of ideas. Amorim not being good enough.
I just want to say something as well. That Joshua Zirkzee is rubbish,
Oh,
mate.
mate, he's shocking, isn't he? He is.
Rubbish,
But the thing
rubbish.
is,
Honestly,
but the thing is,
one of my mates is a United fan, and he goes, Xerxes. I've seen nothing in Joshua Xerxes that makes me think he's a good player. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, he might get you the one goal every now and then.
they'll probably have to play him because they've got no Seshka, have they? Mm.
Yeah, true. I
Unless,
think Palace are going to win this.
and no Cunha. Yeah, I think Palace are going to win. I know obviously it's a 12 o'clock game for them, and obviously they've been in Europe, but being at home, they're a they're a very good team. Palace. You know what? 3-1 Palace.
3-1, wow.
3-1.
Um, Villa Wolves. I mean, it's breaking my heart because obviously Wolves are my dad's team, but
Sorry,
are they
Wolves.
the worst? Are they the worst team in Premier League history? I mean, they're on for it.
I
Two
think it's I
points.
think I think it's a bit early to talk about that because obviously Sheffield United and Derby, like they were awful, but
Yeah,
I
but
think
Wolves have only got 2 points.
two, true.
The longest team to go without a win in the Premier League history.
I mean, I know obviously, but this is Rob Edwards. I just don't think he's going to keep Wolves up. I think they've got a terrible squad. Really, really, they haven't replaced any of their key players that they sold last year. And they've just got really awful players, like no creativity, no, defensively all over the place.
They're
But
terrible, mate. They're
personally, for
terrible.
me, it won't be down to Rob Edwards. It's just the players. They're just so bang average. Like it's championship quality, and that's where they'll be next season because they're just
If
not good
Villa
enough.
are putting 4 past Bournemouth at home, then God knows how many goals they're going to put
Well,
past Wolves.
this is
That's
why I
why I
think you.
put Rodgers in, because I'm
Well,
sitting there going, you're licking your lips if you're going up at home against Wolves at the moment.
that's why I think
And
you play
Villa,
with them.
Villa are playing well at the moment.
To be fair, I mean they've had a dodgy start to the. This is I can't believe we even discussed like Emery under pressure. Emery's a brilliant coach. He's
Yeah,
one of
he's
the
a
best
fantastic.
managers in the Premier. Even if Villa start shit, they're doing well in Europa. They're fourth in the. Are they fourth? Yeah, they're fourth in the Premier League. Like they've got their shit start out of the way, and they're doing well. And
Yeah, I agree.
he gets so underappreciated at times. Emery, he's a great manager.
Easy Villa win for me.
Yeah.
Forest
Oh yeah.
Brighton. I don't know. Forest have looked all right recently, but again, we talk about Hertzler for the Liverpool job. They're just a confusing team, Brian, because I just look at them one week and I think they're a good team. And then I look at them another week and I go, I don't think they are a good team. And Forest, I mean, Dyche has done a good job. Imagine they brought him in before Ange, where would they be?
Exactly. I mean, I think Dyche has done a very good job. You know, beating Liverpool, nearly beating Man United, good win in the Europa League last two home games. Brighton, obviously, Brighton will want revenge from that 7-0 defeat last year. But I don't know. Brighton are really, like you said, one minute they're good, like at home. Next, when they go away, they don't usually play to their standards. I'm sorry, Jacob and Thomas, but I think Forest might edge it.
I think Forest will edge it. Although,
I think it's going to be like a boring 1-0 win.
just a quick shout out, Danny Welbeck still scoring goals. I mean, if he continues doing this, can you actually argue a bit against him potentially being in
No,
the World
I mean
Cup
to be
squad?
fair, I saw the goal. Like that was a great finish from Welbeck. Like brilliant ball from Minter, and then Welbeck with that brilliant finish right in the
Yeah,
corner.
I
That's a good.
agree. But, well, 2 clutch games on Super Sunday. West Ham against Liverpool. I mean, we not to go into the Liverpool thing because we spent a whole chunk on that. Just let's breeze over it quickly. Do Liverpool win? I think probably Liverpool just get over the line in this.
I'm going to say no.
Wow.
I'm going to say no. I generally don't think Liverpool are confident right now. PSV man, come on, losing at
Yeah.
home to them. I know they're away this time around, but West Ham. I think Nuno's a good manager. I think there's a good manager in Nuno. If that was under like Potter or Lopetegui, then I would say Liverpool. But Nuno has beaten Liverpool a few times before.
Yeah, true.
He knows how to beat. Knows how to play to beat Liverpool. I think Liverpool will score in the game, but I think it's going to be 2-1 West Ham.
Wow.
I would
Imagine
not.
that.
I would not have said this like weeks ago. I would not have said it. It's
Crazy,
crazy.
isn't it?
It's crazy how times changed, isn't it?
Madness. And the final game, and to finish this podcast off, let's talk about the title challengers. So
This
you've
is the.
got the
This,
top two, Chelsea second at home to first place Arsenal. Now, this is going to be
oh,
a fascinating game. Two teams that obviously they're top two in the Premier League, both in great form, both coming off a great Champions League win in the week. I mean, Chelsea thrashing Barcelona. We watched the game together. Thrashed. I mean,
oh, you were brilliant.
it was 3-0, but take the
Also,
offside goals away and the chances. Chelsea could have won that about 6 or 7.
you need to start Esteval. You need to start him.
Yeah, by far. He's so
And
good.
did you hear Cole Palmer's fit for the game as well?
Yes, fantastic news.
Would you start?
Esteval, Palmer, Neto.
Would you
No, no
a
Garnacho.
stupid question? Would you start Palmer? Stupid question,
I
obviously.
don't think Maresca will. I think he'll probably have him on the bench. But
But as a
I
fan,
would.
you'd start.
Yeah, by
As a
far.
fan, you
Palmer's
start him.
electric, mate.
Then, oh yeah, 100%. This
And
is
then you've
gonna
got
be.
Arsenal.
This
I
is
mean,
the game of the
Arsenal.
season. This is the
Arsenal
game
in
of
the
the season.
week. I think they beat Bayern Munich. I mean, Bayern Munich unbeaten this season,
Like
and
this is just horrible. This is
then
just generally.
Arsenal. Well, without being funny, let's be totally real. Cruise control past Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich didn't really lay a finger. I know they didn't have Harry Kane, so it wasn't full Bayern Munich. But like,
Harry Kane did
let's be
play.
real. Oh, did he play? I thought he was on the
Yeah,
bench.
no, he did play Harry Kane.
Oh, I
He
thought he
did,
was on the bench.
but
Um,
but but you didn't really turn up. So,
they cruised past Bayern
mate,
Munich.
do you? I mean, I hate to ask this, David, very quickly. Do you think Arsenal are the best team in Europe right now?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Hurts.
I
I
would say
can't
yes.
believe I'm asking it. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I would say yeah, mate. I,
It's disgusting.
the problem is, Tom, the thing is, and this is the one thing we have to say, they're the best team at the moment. Will
At
they
the
be the
moment,
best
yeah,
team in May is another question.
true.
Because,
True.
and do you know what the thing is here? And I'm still saying this, and I was speaking to someone the other day who's an Arsenal fan, and he was giving me a lot of grief because he was like, how can you be saying this? And I said, do you know what? Arsenal have been so consistent, so good, and have been getting points and winning games. They're top of the Champions League phase, they're top of the Premier League, and I'm still not confident they're going to win the Premier League. And the reason I say this is
Yeah, but
because of the manager. I think
David,
they
they
have
beat
any
Bayern
other
Munich.
manager. If they have any other manager, I'd be sitting there going, the league's done.
So
And
who?
really, realistically, the way Arsenal are being at the moment, we should be going, the
So
league's done. But
so
I think
if
Arteta is the. I think Arsenal's squad is amazing. It's Arteta that is the problem in that squad.
so if you beat if you beat Arsenal on Sunday, do you think you're in the title race?
Yeah, of course. I think you have to say that. I think you have to say that. I
Because
think.
you'd be 3 points behind, and obviously I know I still expect City to be up there with Haaland. I know City have been dodgy lately, but I think City will still be up there. And Chelsea coming off their win against Barcelona, they were fantastic, by the way. I watched the game with you, and I thought even with before 10 men, you were the better team. But Arsenal
Yeah,
are
we were thrashing them with
coming off.
we would have won that game by that score with 10 men or not.
No, Arsenal came off like great wins against Spurs and Bayern Munich. I can't call this game. I really can't call this game. This is why I'm going for a draw again, like last year, because I think
We, as a club, and I'm taking responsibility as a club, we must, for the Premier League and for England, we must beat
this
these
is
lot.
this is the only time I'm going to be rooting for Chelsea. I can't believe I'm
We
saying this.
must. We
And I
must, because
hate.
I was watching a clip online, and do you know what? They have absolutely every right to be as what they are, but they're just
Oh, they're just
unbearable with
bearable.
They're just
Oh, look at this. Oh,
unbearable.
look at the great. We're better than the Invincibles. We're all that. It's like shut up. Like
It's
it's
literally
literally
like you hear
one of
them.
the
They
Simpsons game.
they beat Bayern Munich, and you get that. There's one fan in particular, the one that speaks in monologues with emotional music behind him. I hate him because he sits there and he goes, "I honestly think we're going to win the lot, all four." And I'm like, "Oh my god, just be humble. You've not won anything in 5 years. You've not won a single trophy in 5 years, and
I
you
know.
think you're just going to rock up
This
this
is
season
this
and
is
win all
exactly
4
why they don't win.
trophies?
This is exactly why people say stuff like this, and then they'll end up winning and just fuck all.
Well, this is the
But
problem, and this is where I sit there and go, see it in May. And do you know what the worst thing was? And don't get me wrong, I rate Robbie Lyle as a fan. I think what he's done for the football, we wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for Robbie Lyle because of what he did for the football YouTube world.
oh yeah,
But
true.
he is unbearable at the moment. Oh my word, he is literally. You listen to him and the way he talks, it's like he called. There was a Chelsea fan on the podcast channel he does, and he called a Chelsea fan. He said Chelsea are bottle jobs, and I went, "You've not won a league title in 20 years. You've not won a Champions League ever in your history, and you're sitting there calling us bottle jobs after you
Uh,
finished second for 3 years in a row." Oh, it's just unbelievable.
these Arsenal fans just don't. They just won't know, will they? Honestly, I miss the prime AFTV from lockdown.
Oh,
It's not
mate,
even
it's
worth
just
watching anymore because those fans are just like, oh my days, oh we're better than the Invincibles, we're gonna win the lot. Oh, all right then, like come back,
it's unbearable, mate.
we'll come to you in May then, and then we'll see how you go from there. But don't get me
Learn.
wrong,
This is.
they're very
I don't understand why they do this because
they're
learn to
very
speak.
good.
Learn to speak in April and May. Learn to
Yeah,
speak in May. They
exactly.
do this every year. Every year they sit there and go, "We're going to win the league. We're going to do this." And where do they always come?
They're very
So
good at the moment, but listen, we've seen it before. We've seen it before. So I'm really hoping Chelsea please win on Sunday. Just please. I just want
a
you
draw.
to
A
hum.
draw is not enough. A draw is not enough. We
No,
need to
no. If
win
I was
this
a
game.
Chelsea, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'll be pissed off with a draw. Like this is
And do you know what? Going back to that question of the title race, yeah, I think we are. I think we've got some. I think we've got some. We've got some very, very good players. Uh, you can talk about your Caicedos, you can talk about Cucurellas, you can talk about all them. One player, just before we go, and I want to kind of finish on this, that deserves to be shouted out more: Enzo Fernandez.
to be fair.
He in this season He's showing world-class levels of football. He has been brilliant. And I've been one of his biggest critics since he's joined Chelsea. But this season, he's been immense.
I agree.
Immense.
Yeah, yeah. He's been very good, very improved player,
I
showing
agree.
showing
So
his
for
price.
football, please,
You better
please,
turn up.
Chelsea,
You
do
better
it.
turn up. You better turn up, and don't let them mugs win. Like,
Well, let's see what we go
it
from
was
there.
hard
But
enough.
anyway,
It was
we'll
hard
leave
enough.
we'll leave that there for the podcast. We are going to do some more videos soon as well with lots of things. Actually, got an idea for Tom on Sunday when we watched the Arsenal game, Chelsea
Ooh.
Arsenal. Got an idea of a Tottenham video for him to do. But
Oh,
we will leave
okay.
that there. So don't forget to, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the video, and see you again on the next video very soon of the Dugout. Tom, been a pleasure. We'll see
No
you all
worries,
soon.
mate.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. See ya.